Hello folks, I guess most people are now familiar with the expensive car supplement, also known as a luxury vehicle tax. And that's a tax that's applied on any cars, any new cars with a list price of more than £40,000. The list price is important because it doesn't matter what price you get it for. You could get one with a £10,000 discount, meaning you've paid 30 grand for it. You are still going to get that tax. And that tax comes in between years 2 and 6 of the car's life. It's over 400 quid a year extra that you're going to have to fork out. Well, that also applies to lease cars. So if you're leasing a new car, the question you need to be asking your broker is, does the price already include the luxury vehicle tax, or the expensive car supplement as it's formerly known? I reached out to several leasing brokers and some of the biggest names in leasing in the UK and asked them the question. And here are the responses I got, or didn't. Now let's start off by looking at the ones that didn't respond. And there's no suggestion here that they're doing anything wrong or they're perhaps hiding this tax away from you, but they haven't been bothered to respond, and that's a bit unfortunate. So number one is Select Car Leasing, who I think are the biggest leasing broker in the UK, Nationwide Vehicle Contracts, Wessex Fleet, VIP Gateway and Hippo Leasing. I did give them a good week's notice to respond, and we're well past that deadline date now, and I still haven't had a response for them. So, I don't know, read what you will into that. Now, the ones that did respond, responded in the affirmative, so it's good news. But there was a little caveat in one of them, and it's one that you should take note of because it's a very important one. So I'm going to start off with Cararison. Their pricing always includes the expensive vehicle supplement luxury car tax if the car is over the £40,000 P11D value. So that means the list price of the car is over 40 grand, or the list price of the car plus any options you add to it are over 40 grand. And this is a really key point. If you pick, for example, Tesla Model 3s, the bog standard version that I've got, £39,990 is the list price on that car, so you're under it by a tenner. If you add the paint onto it, you've then got the luxury car tax, and you're going to obviously wear some of that across your lease payments. The next one that responded was Leasing Options. They said, with our website, if a car goes over the £40,000 threshold, we've tried our best to make sure it's added and customers are aware. We've tried our best. So we put a function in when adding options on the web. It should warn the customer and add it to the rental automatically for them. And we endeavour to be as transparent as possible with the data we have. If with full transparency, when it comes to advertising off-site, we don't have as much control, and it will reflect the optionless price. An example would be a Cupra Terramar hatchback, V2 DSG, blah, 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 which has a P11D of £39,860. However, if you improve the sound system, panoramic roof or metallic paint, it would incur an additional tax. If the advertisement's not on our website, we can't control or express it. So that's a good point, well put across. And the tax will be included in the customer's rental. Additionally, it will then be communicated and explained to the customer when they speak to one of our account managers. So it seems they're absolutely on top of this, but they have said that if you're on a site that allows you to add optional extras, things like metallic paint or sunroof, different wheels, whatever it may be, that their price wouldn't necessarily reflect that expensive car supplement luxury vehicle tax. And then finally, I had a response from Carwow. Carwow have now got a new leasing brand, Leasing. Yes, this will be reflected in the leasing rates on our site. Car tax is included in all our leasing deals, so the funders will be including any additional costs to the road fund licence increase or the expensive car supplement in their leasing rates. So again, that's a fairly straightforward, very simple, very positive answer. I'm sure a lot of those companies that didn't respond would respond in the same way, but the whole point of this video is that you ask the question at the point that you make your inquiry. Obviously, there's a link to Lease Loco in this video. So when you go through the journey with Lease Loco, you hopefully click through my link, you find the deal you like, and then you submit an inquiry. That inquiry then puts you in touch with the actual broker. Lease Loco is a comparison site, puts you in touch with the broker, and they'll go through all the figures with you, but just get it confirmed from them that this includes the expensive car supplement, the luxury vehicle tax, because you don't want to be hit after 12 months with a letter saying we'd like another 40 quid a month from you, for example. I'm sure you don't anyway. For all the people that ask about tax in general, yes, car leasing includes road fund licence, vehicle excise duty, road tax, whatever you like to call it. The only time it changes is if that tax changes. So if you had a vehicle that previously was a zero tax and now it's 195 quid a year, your lease is going to go up. It includes the taxes that are known about at the time you submit your inquiry, okay? Obviously, tax can be a moving goalpost, and in fairness to the leasing company, it's not their fault if the government suddenly changes those goalposts. But for things like the expensive vehicle supplement, it should be included currently because it's a known tax. This is not a surprise to anyone. We know about it now. So if you're signing up for a lease from now on, it should be included, but still ask the question. And we've seen there in those examples, you know, leasing options have been really open, but it said if the deal's advertised somewhere else and that site allows you to add options, we can't say for sure that they're actually correctly reflecting the pricing. So always ask the question, always inspect rather than expect, and you shouldn't go too far wrong. Thanks for watching this one. Link to Lease Loco is in the video description. So if you are looking for a lease car at the moment, click on that. It helps support the channel. And please come back for more. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next one. Huge thanks to all my channel members for your continued support. I really do appreciate it.